Piru, 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 pee. I like her. She's funny. Hello everyone, welcome to day 2 of Sepia Tears, Winter Stroll. Darkness. The blackness is thick, mud-like. I look around me, but it's clear that I'm the only one here. But there should be another. She might enjoy hide and seek, but I have a hunch that she isn't very good at it. My heart races alongside my feet. What's going on? My body feels light. What? She's close, I know it. This song, I know I've heard it before, but where? No, I don't even recognize the song. Ah! Rin, I'm warning you, if that song continues for another minute, who the heck leaves a ringtone on max on a Saturday afternoon? The next thing I hear is the sound of rushing water as I prepare for the morning. There's something odd about the lucidity of that dream. 2 days in a row, too. Unless this is Myra's doing somehow. Except no, this can't be anything more than a coincidence. I'll approach it logically. For one thing, I never did figure out how she disappeared from the roof. Yes, if you weren't here for episode 1 and you didn't watch the ending, she actually jumped from the roof and completely faded off into non-existence. It was so weird. She couldn't have jumped to the ground from that distance, much less without a single footprint. There was a soft noise after she jumped, but that was it. Maybe she jumped onto a balcony or something. But then where did she vanish to? Although the real question is why anyone would do that to begin with. She knew what school I went to too. Does she know where I live? She somehow knew what route I take home. But if she knows me, why do I not recognize her? Good question. Oh, there's also this. One last thing of the previous episode is that Mark will be meeting Myra soon, apparently. So I'm guessing we're going to be seeing her in this time. I'm going up the time travel theory, by the way. No. This is all wrong. The dream doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. It doesn't even matter. If she wants to dig up my memories, she'll have to try harder than that. Alright then, breakfast. I'm up before Rin for once. This is more rare of an occurrence than it should be. Morning, Oni-chan. I glare at her. Wow, she doesn't look as pristine as she did last time. She stops. So, was that one of your friends calling this morning? Yeah, sort of. I told her to call last night, but she missed me, so... She scratches the back of her head and gives me her best... Oops. Sorry, look. You know, that ringtone of yours woke me up this morning. Really? Sorry. That's not bad for a fake blush, but it's not superb. 6 out of 10. Then I mentioned that I was having a nice dream when I was so rudely awoken. Oh, were you dreaming about Lillian? Of course not. I slammed the coffee mug down, but it doesn't earn as much as a flinch. Instead. Oh, so you weren't dreaming about her? Then what are you complaining about? By the way, you were going to Luka's place today to study, right? The tables have turned. Nice, Rin. Excellent little sister work. Perhaps. Oh, okay. You were going to fail your exams and repeat the year with me in your class then. She's only a year younger than him. Okay, we have an age here. Well then, you know what you have to do. Poor guy. It's cold. Mark, I'm the one who should be saying that. It's freezing. Neither of us are willing to step into attack range of the icy wind. Are you sure you want to go through with this? It's not like we're actually going to study. I know, but he got the new culpable axle game. Don't you understand? What the hell is a culpable axle? It's cheap Japanese-style censorship. They'll never guess what we're really talking about. And who exactly is they? You know. Them. What the heck is she talking about? No one's listening. Although with Myra around, I can't be so sure. Rin and I walk over to Luka's place without any mishaps, plus or minus a few frozen fingers. Oh, I hope you turn the heat on. I can't play when my fingers are cold. Don't worry, I'm sure he's comfortably huddled up in front of his computer. You'll see. Ding dong. Oh, I didn't have to say anything. The bells ring and no one answers. What? That's odd. I just called and he said he would be here. I'm gonna freeze to death out here. Aren't you at least a little worried that I'll freeze to death as well? Oh, Mark. How silly. You know I'll be gone before you. That's not what... What? So basically she's saying she'll die before Mark does. That's Rin's weird. That's not the reason I was looking for. Well, it looks like there's only one thing we can do. Rin glares mischievously at the front door. I have a bad feeling about this. 1, 2. Ah! Did they just crash the gate? What the heck? Are they actually dead? What's this? A heavenly silhouette has come to harvest my soul already? It's a Shikigami. Uh-oh. Life is what it is, I suppose. Goodbye, cruel world. Piru, 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 pee. I like her. She's funny. Ugh. Ouch. What just happened? I'm greeted by Rin's worried face. Alright, that's enough. I'm alive already. No need to curse me further. That was dangerous. Don't you know that you shouldn't lunge at someone's feet with your temple? Someone could have gotten hurt. Someone? Her eyes do seem a little teary though. Happened? Rin, just so you know, it isn't polite to charge into other people's front doors without permission. Oh. Sorry. This makes the pulsing in my head a tad more bearable. Or maybe that's just a cold. Ah, look, there he is. What the heck just happened? Hey, sorry I'm late. I had to run and grab some things for lunch. Did I keep you waiting long? Okay, take a look at him, and take a look at the way Rin's dressed. She's fully garbed in winter gear, and he's basically wearing his winter gear open in the freezing cold. So I wonder how cold it actually is. He looks around. There's an indentation in the snow scattered around his walkway. Rin is leaning on her left foot because her right is sore from the impact, and I'm too dizzy to tell what's happening. He looks at the indentation, to Rin, to my head, then back to the indentation. Then he shrugs and unlocks the door. He doesn't even care. Grab whatever you want to eat. I'll meet you in my room in a few minutes. Wow, look at that room. Looks fancy. I like it. I start to thaw as we step inside. Oh, he's got a new choco and an ice book. Ooh, chocobo? Where? Where's the chocobo? I don't see it. Guess her guilt's worn off already. She scampers into Luka's home and begins snooping around. I'm surrounded by 2D girls. I don't recognize any of those posters. This is heaven. Literally heaven. I escape from Rin before my soul gets sucked out of me. In the middle of the mess sits a cluttered desk with a glowing monitor. A glowing monitor. So we left his computer on and unguarded. I see. I admit that I'm curious, but am I that curious? Dude, let's do it. Yes, I'm pretty damn curious. Okay, just so you know this about me, if you let me into your room, I am going to snoop. Let's do this. I reach for the mouse and clear the screensaver with a daring poke. What do we find? What do we find? That's slightly disappointing, actually. He's just enjoying his regular dose of... Oni-chan, have you finally given in to your temptations? What? Uh-oh. I knew it was only a matter of time. Okay, alright, I've got this. I'll take a deep breath and try to think of an excuse. This isn't the time to be taking deep breaths. Don't think, just talk. I was just... Correction, don't think. Just say something coherent. Really, there's no need to be shy. We both knew it would happen someday. It's not what it looks like, I swear. The computer was like this when I got here. Wait, what's he so embarrassed about? Who doesn't love anime? It's okay, Mark. It's normal to be curious. Well, I regret asking precisely what you mean by curious. Oh, I see what's happening. He thinks he's looking for porn. Well, you know, from looking at the screen, it's clear that they're about to. I see you finally fallen, Mark. What is with this fallen thing? Every time he laughs like that, he does it for a reason. If you ever want to borrow anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'm always willing to aid the unenlightened in their journey to paradise. These two are so weird. I wish I had friends like them. Lucas used Dark Invitation. It's super effective. Huh? I fainted, along with my reputation. Hey, I got an achievement. You guys can't see it, but I got an achievement. It said take a peek. The heck is that about? Well, that's the end of that. Lucas brings us a few glasses of water and sits down. I would ask why he only has water when he just came back from the grocery store, but he probably has other uses for his money. It's art, not porn. So, have you guys decided what you want to do? Art, not porn? Wait, what the heck was that about? Okay, whatever. Apparently, they're both weird. Him and Rin. So, have you guys decided what you want to do? We can always take turns beating Mark in that new fighting game. Sounds like a plan. Don't I get a say in any of this? It's been a while. I remember when Rin and I used to come over here all the time, doing nothing but sitting around and chatting over some video games. It's strange, but part of me feels like those days have vanished. Oh, those might be one of those, memories that he lost. Are they gone forever? They couldn't be. But, even if we're doing the same old things, I can't help but glance out the window from time to time. Mostly when my chest tightens. Aw, Mark, you're blushing. I'm not. Right, 3 years ago. That's alright, I'm not teasing you. Well, maybe just a little. It's strange. I was different back then. But she's hardly changed at all. Cut it out already. I'm not in the mood. Of course you'd say that. Maybe so, but that doesn't make it any less true. Don't you have anything to do? Not really. Unless you count homework. You've been on the computer all day, haven't you? I noticed you didn't end that sentence with a question mark. But school is boring. Oh, tell me about it. It's fun though, but it's boring. It's weird, right? School is fun and boring. But school is boring. Besides, it's not like you're doing anything other than moping around. I told you I'm not. Her expression stops me in my tracks. I'm going upstairs. Just leave me alone. Fine. I'll just bother you again tomorrow. I turn to leave, but I feel her eyes on my back. I walk away. That was me. It's surreal. Was that really how I felt back then? It all seems to have faded over time, or maybe I just got numb. But that's no excuse to have ignored her like that. Wait, what is this? Oh, wait. Is this him recovering his memories? Like, him looking back and actually getting those memories that Myra told him he lost? And him basically remembering everything. Is that what we're doing when the screen turns into black like this? I think that's the case. I'm sure she knows. She's not that dense. Someday I owe her a nice long talk. I want her to know that I care about her. That's interesting. I don't care about you anymore, Mark. What? Wah. Did I win? You won. Huh? Who'd have thought? Grr, just you wait. I'll have my revenge next time. You say that every time. Fine then. Again, I'll try again. We're going to be here for a while, aren't we? By the time we left, our final score was 7-2. For her. Oni-chan, stop thinking so much. It's bad for your complexion. Oh, we're on a train now. What? Oh, I guess we're already on a train. Complexion aside, yeah, I guess you're right. Right about what? The fact that you stopped thinking about Lillian? Why is Rin so fixated on Lillian? And actually, does Mark have a crush on Lillian? If that's the case, who's this Myra person? Where does she fit into this? How can you say that with a straight face? Years of practice. Ah. Anyway, that's not what I was thinking about. I see, then you were thinking about a way to admit to Lukas that you want to borrow one of his games. Let's just say that I had a lot to think about lately. I think that's sufficiently vague and truthful. Yeah, figures. What does she mean by that? Her voice trails off as she sinks into the background. If that doesn't say out of character, I don't know what does. Are you okay, Rin? Huh? Of course I'm fine. You're the one I was worried about. Did you just say you were worried? No. You're not actually mad, are you? Of course I'm mad. Doesn't the pop vein make it obvious? Ha. Ha 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 ha. Sorry. It's just so rare that I get a chance to tease you. It doesn't count as teasing when you're cheating. How exactly am I cheating? I haven't figured it out yet. Seriously, I was trying to mess with you by snapping you out of your daydream, and this is what I get. Not bad, I admit, that was a good play. Wait, so this was all part of a plan to mess with my head? I wasn't actually worried about you or anything. I just didn't want you to fall asleep on some poor girl's shoulder. I guess I shouldn't remind her that I'm standing, not sitting. That aside, what made you think there was a reason to be worried? Well, you've been zoning out a lot lately, and you were gazing out the window like an actor in a soap opera, and you've been distant lately. Oh, I see. She must be worried that she's gonna lose her big brother. That's all. Perceptive. Sorry. No. It's no big deal. You have your own life, and I know there are things you wouldn't tell me about. Don't say it like that. It won't be long, alright? There's something I need to sort out. That's all. The train screeches to a halt at our destination. Rin grins as she pulls Lukas off his gaming device, but I can tell it's a thin coat of paint. It's uncomfortably cold. Not bitterly cold, but uncomfortable. Just cold enough to make you wish you'd brought gloves when your breath is barely visible. Okay. I'm not certain if this is future Mark or present Mark. I guess past Mark. Oh, it's so confusing. Yeah, I'm not certain if this is Mark remembering or if it's Mark in the moment. It's the late fall equivalent of those drizzly days when you can't quite decide if it's worth taking out your umbrella. It's nostalgic. I pace back and forth to clear my mind, but it doesn't work. It's been years since I've met him. Years. Oh no! I think this is Myra. I should be excited, but something feels off. Gosh, it's cold. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Was he supposed to be the star of the football team? An emotional wreck? Just another guy? There's no way he's forgotten everything that happened. I was struck with the strangest feeling when I talked to him the other day. He was mesmerized, of course, but his eyes were empty. It was like staring through frosted glass, virtually opaque. But I can't lose focus yet. I just wish I could shake the feeling that he isn't who he used to be. I guess 3 years is a long time. Huh? Okay. I need to sort this out. I need to sort this out by speaking about it. Okay. So what we're looking at now is the present, okay? It's the present time. When everything goes black and basically you see those little dotted lines across the edges of the screen, I think that is Mark when he's remembering things about the past that he's forgotten. And then when the screen turns into like light gray paper with red spinny lines, with red twirly lines, I think that's Myra. I had to try and keep that in mind, and she's actually from 3 years prior to this moment, I guess. And she's traveling to the future? I think that's how this thing is shaping out to be so far. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Just obviously no spoilers. For fear of having your comment deleted. Things like that. Alright, so here we go. Mark, look, we're finally here. Where were we going again? What? Feel free to browse, everyone. New customers are always appreciated. Nipa! Love. Yes, you'll be amazed. We have an endless amount of products. It's time. The Golden Land awaits us. Just so I'm clear, this is a store, right? Well, yes. Okay, just checking. Well then, I don't really want to ditch them, but want to consider the possibility of what's behind those doors. Okay, here we go. I'm going in with them. Alright, I'll bite the bullet, kick common sense to the curb, and what have you. I'm going in. What's this? Ooh, it's a beautiful picture. I think I've heard Lukas mention that game. Maybe they're lining up for pre-orders. As I wander to the back of the store in search of wherever Rin and Lukas vanished to, I stumble upon bits and pieces of conversation. I'm telling you, it's gonna be awesome. Pre-orders are going up next week. I hear the TV station's site has an exclusive pillow cover too. Huh? I even know a guy who can't get it across the border for you. I'm out of here. That was weird. A gust of cold breeze strikes my cheek. The hell? I look up and find myself outside. Daydreams are a powerful thing. Okay, what now? The air cools my lungs with every breath, but it's refreshing in its own way. It isn't too late yet, but the sun is already starting to set. Refreshed, I decide to take a scenic route back to the mall entrance. Hey, it's Lillian. Did I just catch a glimpse of a UFO? Look, it's Lillian. Bigfoot? Oh, no, sorry. It's just daydreaming Lillian. Oh, hey Mark. Strange to see you out on Saturday. Shopping with Rin, I suppose. Oh. I thought she was like a figment just like Myra was. A little confusing. She blurts out a barrage of words. I might regret asking this, but what were we thinking about just now? Nothing you need to worry about. She tries to glare angrily at me, but I can't quite say it's working. It wouldn't have to have much to do with the shopping bag on the bench next to you. Of course not. Anyway, what are you doing out here? This isn't exactly weather for lounging. It's not weather for strolling either. You're as sharp as ever. Me? Sharp? It's not like this around everyone. What? Is there something on my face? Well, no, it's just... That sounded more coherent in my head. See, I'm only sharp around my slow-witted friends. Oh, wow, nice, just called them dumb. I want to go out of my way to... Slow-witted. So that's what she meant. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Ha ha ha. Ha. I laugh a resigned laugh. It's alright, don't worry about it. I know you weren't implying anything. You're right, sorry. You don't need to apologize. It's futile. Anyway, let's go for a walk? Sure, I'm just about fully rested. Right. Let's go. I look away unconsciously as my stomach flips itself over. Brrr. I can't believe I sat there for so long. It's cold. Yeah, it is. Rin and I almost died this morning. What? It's nothing you need to worry about. I guess some stories are better left untold. Though that reminds me, my head seems to have stopped hurting. We can go inside if you want. I'm sure they'll be able to find us. No, it's alright. Besides, it's a nice day, don't you think? Yeah, I guess it is. I fidget with whatever I can find in my pocket. How are things going with the library committee? Oh, we haven't had anything much to do for a while. Things are winding down for the holidays. I suppose you have no need to worry about midterms. Well, I usually spend an hour a day studying, so there's no need to worry about tests. Schoolwork is easy once you study regularly. I know what she's going to say before she even says it. Shouldn't you be worrying about your tests, Mark? I'll get through it somehow. Wait, let me explain. You see, some people are born hardworking and others aren't. I happen to fall into the latter category. That's your explanation? Yes, I agree with Lillian. Dude, Mark, your explanation was terrible. She shouts and hits me on the head. Literally. You know, if you don't work hard now, you'll never be able to get into a good university. And if you don't do that, you'll never get a good job. Then, you'll never make good money. Doesn't this bother you even a little? Well, I guess you could say that it bothers me a little. It really doesn't bother me at all. Really? Is he that empty? You're doing badly enough as it is. What would happen if I weren't here to keep you on your toes like this? I'd probably be sleeping on the roof at school and playing video games at home, actually. You'd probably sneak onto the roof at school to nap your classes away and waste your time at home on games. That's what you'd be doing. Wow, she is super sharp. Okay, you got me. Good. Honestly, you'd be helpless without me. Then I suppose it's a good thing that I have you around. Silence. The crowd, the traffic, the constant droning of nature all disappear. Why? You're right, it really is a good thing. But if you seriously want to repay me, all you have to do is take care of yourself. Right. I take in a sharp breath of cold air, just when I need to cool my cheeks. You should come over. Anytime this week is fine. You can come over and I'll help you review. Oh, sure. That would help. That's fine with you, right? Yeah. My voice vanishes in a puff of condensation as the sun strikes my eyes. And... Wait, is that her? It's Myra, isn't it? No, it's Lillian. Yeah, it's Lillian. Hang on. I shouldn't lie to you. What? Wait, yeah, she seemed... Last episode she was tense about something. What does she know? I'm not only asking you over to study. I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. It's just like it was with Myra. Constraining, suffocating, dizzying. There's something that I need to tell you. You don't mind, right? No, I mean... Or maybe I shouldn't. It'll make things more complicated and... It's okay. I'll listen. I squint in the sunset. I hear her silently. Are you sure? Won't this be a burden on you? Am I making the right choice? Are you sure you're ready to face your past? Wait, she knows? But in the end, it's probably just the sound of my own monologue. Thank you, Mark. For what? What just happened here? Her words turn to condensation before I can hear them. I think I might really need your help. I'll protect you no matter what. What happened in the past? Such a strange thing this novel is. That line crosses my mind, but of course, I could never bring myself to say it. I'll do what I can to help. As if it were all nothing more than a daydream, she steps toward me and the world starts spinning again. I'm still not sure what I'll do, but I'd appreciate it if you could come over, even if it's only as a favor. Don't worry about it. Besides, I always owe you favors, don't I? I mentally whine about the weather as my feet kicks at the frozen dirt. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. I talked to a friend about schoolwork and she invited me over to study and... Thump. Ugh. Why? Why her? Why not her? Ugh. Ouch. A bruise materialized on one of my knuckles after I punched the bench. Unsurprisingly. Screw it. This is a waste of time. I try to push myself off the bench. But, leaving already? That voice. I should be surprised, but somehow, it feels like the most natural thing in the world. Myra, what are you doing here? I could ask the same of you, but I won't, so let's drop the subject. Her smile is a few times more soothing than a punch to the bench. Actually, now that she's here, maybe I can get some information out of her. You know, Myra, I forgot to ask. It's a nice evening, don't you think? The weather, again. I guess I can't deny it. I'm glad you agree. Shall we go for a walk? Well played, Myra. You're good at changing the subject, but you're not teleporting out of here this time. Is this where we die? Have you read any good books lately? I wonder why she didn't seem this cheerful when we first met. Sorry to change the subject, but are we lost? We ended up wandering around the park after we left, but the trains seemed to have closed in around us. Now that you mention it, you've got to be kidding me. So, have you read any good books lately? You've got to be kidding me. Kidding? You mean you didn't like anything that came out last month? She can't be that dense, can she? I'm not really into modern literature. Ah, so you prefer the classics then? She beams at me innocently. I almost let out a sigh. No, I meant I'm not into reading in general. Sorry. What about movies? Movies work too. Well, let's see, there was that horror movie with zombies. What was it called again? That's not very specific. Oh, I saw the one with the Spartans. That was pretty cool. She lifts her foot as if to kick me into an abyss. Well, if you're ever bored, you can borrow books or a few movies from me anytime. My father pretty much has an entire library in our basement. Oh, that's right. So you're interested. More importantly, your father. You're interested in my father? No, not that. I mean your father, who is he? She looks a little uncomfortable. Well, I suppose I'm part of the blame for that. Are you stalking me, Mark? Pot, me kettle. Okay, wait, let me start over. What I'm getting at is, what's your family like? Is that really the kind of question you think about? Or what kind of house do you live in? Where do you live, for that matter? Do you have any siblings then? What school do you go to? Wow, there's a lot of questions. Mark, why do you want to know all of this? This time I sigh audibly. Okay, time for plan B. Well then, let me just tell you outright, I have virtually no idea who you are, and yet you seem to know me pretty well. Well, isn't that odd? I guess. Then let me put it this way. I figure that in order for us to continue seeing each other and for me to help you, I should try and get to know you better. It would be easier for you to find out what you're searching for. For us to regain our lost time, is what I was thinking, but... Oh, I see. Sorry, it's just that I was warned by my parents to beware of strangers. Wait, she doesn't know him? So strange. Strangers. If we're strangers, then how did you know my name before we met? Jackpot. It's a good question. This is a very strange novel. I wonder. Or not. That'll be my little secret. One of many. By the way, you live with your sister, right? Rin? Yeah, I've been taking care of her because her parents spend a lot of time at work. Although sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes you spend a lot of time at work? You know what I mean. I'm kidding. And hey, it must be nice to have such a caring sibling. I smirk as I remember the plethora of threats and special attacks she's come up with over the years. It's not as nice as you'd think. Sure, she can cook and do household chores, but when you have to explain to your teacher why your sister showed up in class yelling, "Look, Oni-chan, my friend taught me how to do the God finger," it can be quite the hassle. Myra chuckles at my misery. Well, I guess it's pretty funny in retrospect. Still, she cares about you. You should be happy. That smile is almost enough to make me forget my original mission. Almost. Why do you say that? Are you an only child, Myra? Sort of, I guess. Do you know what a yes-no question is? Well, it's a complicated situation. Ah, I see. How so? I wonder when she'll realize that I'm more patient than her. Well, you see, my family isn't quite an ordinary family. We're different. But not so different that we're not ordinary, you know? Okay, I see how she's answering questions. We're probably not going to get any answers out of her this episode. No, I don't. To put it simply, it's like walking home from school and having to decide between going to your small 2-bedroom apartment where your parents treat you kindly, or or your uncle's mansion filled with books and electronics and everything else. Except that you'd be all by yourself. Kinda like that, except different, because I don't really have an uncle and my parents don't live in a 2-bedroom apartment. That's what you call putting it simply? So basically, I tried to summarize her story so far, and I realized that I haven't learned a single thing other than where to go for free books. Confused? Don't worry. A lot of people have trouble understanding me at first. I wonder whose fault that is. There's no rush though. We've got our whole lives ahead of us. She teases a smile out of me. I admit defeat. But if I ever want to talk to you, what should I do? I mean, walking all the way to school at night is kind of impractical. Do you have a cell phone or anything? Don't worry about it. Contacting you will be my job. It's what I do best. Stalking me is what you do best? Hehehe. Don't make it sound like a crime. I won't even bother. But really, is there anything that you want from me? Our eyes meet and I see something. I was mistaken the other night. This girl isn't angelic or ghostly at all. She's very, very human. I don't want anything specific from you, or anything tangible. I'm just happy that we can finally be together. But is there anything that you wish for? Maybe. She bites her tongue, pondering as if choosing the course of her life. All I really want is for things to stay the way they are. I'm happy. If that's the case, I'll do my best to help you fulfill your wish. I promise. Why is he so intent on helping her? When you show this much intent to help somebody who you just met, you must have known them from somewhere before to have that strong feeling of giving your all to help somebody. It's rather strange. Thank you. It was nice talking to you, Mark. It was a pleasure indeed. Mind giving me a little warning before you show up next time? Just leave it to me. Ring, ring. Sorry, this might be important. I reach my pocket and look down at the display. A squirrel darts up a tree in the corner of my eye. It's from Rin. They're probably wondering where I am. Hey, Myra? I know what to expect before I look up. In that case, you better keep your promise. Find me, okay? You'd better find me. I make my declaration to a backdrop of snow-covered trees. The twilight sky slowly fades. It's gotten really late, really fast. I'm walking towards the subway station where I agreed to meet up with Rin and Lukas, but everything keeps looping through my mind. Myra. I don't trust her. I can't, and I shouldn't. But considering how things turn out, I should be happy. I still don't know where she's from, or how she knows me, or... Well, I don't really know anything. I don't know anything, but she's less of a mystery. Maybe meeting her wasn't such a bad coincidence after all. Maybe. Alright everyone, looks like we're done day 2. This was a rather strange episode. With basically Mark agreeing to help Lillian and Myra try to accomplish something. And apparently Lillian knows about Mark's past and wants him to remember. But Myra seems to want him too for I don't know if it's the exact same reason, but she seems very intent on hiding who she is. But whatever the case, it looks like Lillian and Myra both know of Mark's hidden past and why he's essentially a robot now. I'm assuming that in his past, he was rather warm and basically a cuddly teddy bear. For some reason, he changed. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed day 2 of Sepia Tears. Make sure you click the subscribe button and the notification bell for when day 3 will come out. And if you wish to support the channel, go ahead and check out the links in the description to do just that. And of course, I'll see you all in day 3, Coco, of Sepia Tears.